is manifestation? Is it psychology, science, or magic? Should Catholics try it? Let's find out. But before we do, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos. Okay, so several years ago, a book called The Secret gained a lot of popularity for its secret to gain success. The book explained the theory of the law of attraction, which claims that positive energy attracts positive things into your life, and by using the power of positive thinking, you could achieve anything you ever wanted. So if you have never heard it before, here's a short clip of one girl explaining what manifestation is and how she does it.
So what is manifesting as you understand it?
It's basically just wishing or believing that what you want is going to happen.
Is there a process to manifesting something?
Mine's very simple. I just write 3 things on my I have a whiteboard in front of my bed, and I see it first thing in the morning and last thing before I go to bed at night. I have this rule when I'm manifesting something is that you don't tell other people your manifestations, so that they don't put negative energy into it.
Here's another girl explaining what she manifested into her life.
Okay, this is your sign that you can literally speak anything into existence. I feel like a lot of people don't know this, or they even don't believe in it, but I am telling you, if you write down what you want, you will get it. The universe will give it to you. It's literally like a shopping list, like a to-do list, and you will get it. Things that I have spoken into existence. I have spoken growing into existence. I'm 18 years old. I'm not supposed to grow, but I literally grew like 2 to 3 inches. I manifested working with American Eagle on a campaign. Like, that didn't just happen. I manifested getting TikTok followers. I manifested loving myself. You can literally manifest anything.
Here's another girl who calls herself a light priestess and spiritual accelerator, who even claims Jesus practiced manifestation based on a reading of the extra-canonical Gospel of Thomas.
Now, you know who was a really powerful manifester? Jesus. Jesus was a very powerful manifester, and if we look at Bible today with the skeptical, scientific eyes, perhaps knowing a little bit of astrology and inner alchemy, we can debate whether Bible is the greatest story ever told, a moral codex, or a hidden message to how to reach one of the most profound sentences. The Jesus in the scriptures that we are left with today is almost sometimes like a different figure than in the scriptures that we are finding out now. That Jesus was a very practical person. That Jesus actually did give and leave lots of practical tips on how to perform the same miracles, or if you want to say, manifest the same miracles that he was capable of.
So, could we manifest miracles or whatever else we wanted in life? How does it actually work, and is it okay for Catholics to try it, or is it a sin? To answer this, let's first look at what manifestation actually is. While it might seem similar, the law of attraction is a philosophy that states that positive thoughts bring positive outcomes, while negative thoughts bring negative outcomes. Manifestation, on the other hand, is about making something a reality based on your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Wikipedia defines it as a modernized version of the law of attraction that consists of self-help strategies intended to bring about a personal goal primarily by focusing on one's thoughts upon the desired outcome. While the process involves positive thinking or even directing requests to the universe, it also involves action steps on the part of the individual. So basically, people say that you can make your dreams into reality by manifesting it. Manifestation comes under the umbrella of New Age practices. While it might seem pretty straightforward on the surface, it involves a whole bunch of other ingredients like angel numbers sent from the universe, awakening chakras, special sound frequencies to manifest specific things, guides to create your own sigil or a symbol that has magical power, among other things. Other manifestation experts talk about journaling, vision boards, and visualization as key elements of the practice. While all of this sounds pretty strange, superstitious, or even close to witchcraft, it has become extremely popular. The hashtag manifestation currently has 36 billion views on TikTok. So, considering its popularity, should Catholics try it, or is it sinful? The first thing to note is that the Catholic Church outrightly rejects the New Age movement and all its practices. A study done by the Church on the New Age movement titled Jesus Christ, the Bearer of the Water of Life, warns Catholics that New Age practices and beliefs are contrary to the Church's teachings. The document states that the common element of the New Age movement are: the cosmos is seen as an organic whole, it's animated by by an energy which is also identified as the divine soul or spirit, much credence is given to the meditation of various spiritual entities. Humans are capable of ascending to invisible higher spheres and of controlling their own lives beyond death. There is held to be a perennial knowledge which predates and is superior to all religions and cultures. People follow enlightened masters. Right away, it's clear that the New Age is quite different from Christianity. The document goes on to say that New Age is a modern form of Gnosticism and involves esoteric, that is, highly specialized and exclusive knowledge available only for a limited number of people and secular elements. Gnosticism, which gets its name from the Greek word gnosis, means knowledge, was a 2nd century religious movement that extended into the first few centuries of the Christian era. Gnostics viewed themselves as those who know. Some common Gnostic beliefs are that Christ was not divine, but just another created being who was an aeon or a semi-divine being between God and man. Others thought that his humanity was an illusion. One common belief was that Gnostics are special people who are saved through a secret knowledge. The document explains how New Age thinking came about from Gnosticism. It involved a progressive rejection of a personal God and a focus on other entities. It is the total recasting of the life and significance of Jesus Christ. It is impossible to reconcile these two. In New Age, there is no distinction between good and evil. Human actions are the fruit of either illumination or ignorance. New Age teachers and therapies claim to offer the key to finding the correspondences between all the elements of the universe so that people may modulate the tone of their lives and be in absolute harmony with each other and with everything around them. Pope St. John Paul II also warned the return of Gnostic ideas under the guide of New Age. He says, "We cannot delude ourselves that this will lead toward a renewal of religion. It is only a new way of practicing Gnosticism. That attitude of the spirit that in the name of a profound knowledge of God results in distorting his word and replacing it with purely human words. Gnosticism never completely abandoned the realm of Christianity. Instead, it has always existed side by side with Christianity, sometimes taking the shape of a philosophical movement, but more often assuming the characteristics of a religion or a para-religion in distinct, if not declared, conflict with that is essentially Christian." So the entire New Age movement is a distortion of Catholic teachings and is completely against it. Now, manifestation in particular has a lot of elements that are definitely against Catholic teachings. Angel numbers, for example, are thought to be repeated number sequences that have some meaning or power to them. Here's a girl talking about the significance of the number 333.
Are you seeing angel number 333? I'm going to be breaking down what it means when you are constantly seeing this angel number. Not going to lie, this is a pretty powerful number to see. Angel number 333 means that higher power, source energy is like with you. The ascended masters are literally with you in that moment. So if you're looking for support, if you're looking for guidance, if you're looking for an answer and you're seeing 333, know that your higher power is saying, hey, I'm with you. I'm with you in this moment right now. You know, depending on what you're doing, what you're thinking about, know that there is tremendous amount of power and support in this number for you.
She says that if you see 333, your higher power and ascended masters are with you. Who are these ascended masters she's talking about? God, angels, demons? The Water Bearer document explains that this type of thinking is linked to Freemasonry, spiritualism, occultism. It explains, in this worldview, the visible and invisible universes are linked by a series of correspondences, analogies, and influences between microcosm and macrocosm, between metals and planets and the various parts of the human body, between the visible cosmos and the invisible realms of reality. Nature is a living being shot through with networks of sympathy and antipathy, animated by a light and a secret fire which human beings seek to control. People can contact the upper or lower worlds by means of their imagination, an organ of the soul or spirit, or by using mediators, angels, spirits, devils, etc., or rituals. So by manifesting, you are in fact contacting spirits. Here's a Catholic Answers speaker and former New Age teacher, Shannon Lee Giganti, explaining why manifestation is completely incompatible with the Catholic faith and the dangerous spirits you could get get involved with?
Yes, I believed that Abraham was a good spirit. I was never taught that in the spiritual realm there are also demonic spirits that will disguise themselves as an angel of light or as a loving angelic being of God in order to, they say that they're here to help mankind, and that mankind has suffered so much without understanding the great secret that everything that's been happening to you is actually attracted by you according to your thoughts and feelings. It's actually a modern day form of ancient magic and sorcery, where the devotees of magic and sorcery thought, it goes all the way back to the priests in Babylon, who were trying to do, the Hermetic priests who were devoted to Hermes Trismegistus, who's called Thoth, or the god of magic. And so it was thought that you could create and attract things by using the power of your mind and your visualization. This is exactly how it was taught to me by Abraham. And I found out the hard way. This is classic witchcraft, magic, and sorcery. And I only found out too late how many places in Scripture God had always forbidden his children to have anything to do with this. It says, "Let there not be a magician or a sorcerer among you. You shall not allow a wizard to live." And sorcery is listed as a sin of the flesh, a work of the flesh, and those who live by the flesh will die. Those who do the works of the flesh will never enter the kingdom of heaven. I found all of this out too late. There is no definitive good or bad, right or wrong. Since we are all God in manifest form, then there's only that which you are desiring and lack of it. There is no hell. And the Catholic Church, in 3 different decrees, not just 1, but 3, forbade anybody to have anything to do with channeled spirits. It's a form of spiritism. And so they did that for one reason. In several places, they said that the discourses on religion and God and Jesus from these channeled spirits is so often hostile to God and God's ways and God's laws that they were felt to be and I'm quoting now the Catholic decrees, they were thought to be sourced in Satan.
The Water-Bearer document affirms this. It says, one of the most common elements in New Age spirituality is a fascination with extraordinary manifestations, and in particular with paranormal entities. There are many levels of guides, entities, energies, and beings in every octave of the universe. They are all there to pick and choose from in relation to your own attraction or repulsion mechanisms. These spiritual entities are often invoked non-religiously to help in relaxation aimed at better decision making and control of one's life and career. The Catholic Church also teaches that practices like repetition of certain numbers or frequencies to achieve results are superstitious. Now, if you keep aside all the weird practices like angel numbers, chakras, etc., it might seem like manifestation is the same as praying for something and waiting for it to happen. It seems quite harmless, right? Just think positive thoughts and work hard to make your dreams come true. Just be optimistic and visualize yourself as you want to be and make it happen. As long as you don't get into any of the other strange elements or practices or wish evil on anyone, it should be fine for Catholics to practice, right? But is it the same as a prayer? The Catechism of the Catholic Church quotes John Damascene to describe prayer as the raising of one's mind and heart to God or the requesting of good things from God. The Baltimore Catechism describes prayer as the lifting up of our minds and hearts to God, to adore Him, to thank Him for His benefits, to ask His forgiveness, and to beg of Him all the graces we need, whether for soul or body. Saint Therese of Lisieux said that prayer is a surge of the heart. It is a simple look turned toward heaven. It is a cry of recognition and of love, embracing both trial and joy. If you look at the different descriptions of prayer, one difference is clear. Prayer is a conversation with God. It is humbly surrendering yourself and your needs, desires, and wants to Him. It is not just randomly speaking it out to the universe or trying to make it happen just by thinking about it enough. Another difference is that when you pray, you are willing to unite yourself to God's will. You place your needs before Him, but are willing to accept that if it is not God's will for you, you might not get it. Manifestation is a New Age practice that focuses on you and what you want. Prayer is scriptural and puts the focus on God and His will for your life. One is about selfish desires while the other is about humbly submitting to God's plan. So they are not the same. When you manifest, you are not just only using your thoughts, but you believe that somehow the universe or the spiritual entities will help you out. The document clearly explains the difference between this impersonal universe energy and the God of the Catholic faith. It says the New Age God is an impersonal energy, really a particular extension or component of the cosmos. God in this sense is the life force or soul of the world. Divinity is to be found in every being in a gradation from the lowest crystal of the mineral world up to and beyond the galactic God himself, not a man but a great consciousness. This is very different from the Christian understanding of God as the maker of heaven and earth and the source of all personal life. God is in himself personal, the Father, Son and Holy Spirit who created the universe in order to share the communion of his life with creaturely persons. God is not identified with the life principle understood as the spirit or basic energy of the cosmos, but is that love which is absolutely different from the world and yet creatively present in everything and leading human beings to salvation. Here's an exorcist explaining the fundamental problem with the occult in general and the idea of manifesting what you desire for yourself.
People ask me all the time, Father, how do people get demons? The two most common ways, more than any others, are dabbling in the occult, fortune tellers, seances, black magic, brujeria, Ouija board use, any dabbling in the occult. Why? Because you are mimicking there the sin of the fallen angels. How? God has put certain limits on nature. He's put certain limits on us, on our knowing. To dabble in the occult is to try to usurp those limits and to get knowledge or to acquire a power to affect things that God never intended us to have. So you're usurping God's limits. That is the very thing that Satan did and does, and all of his fallen angels. It is a mimicking of Satan. It is a direct violation of the first commandment. You shall have no other gods before me. Those who dabble in the occult, what you're saying is, I want to be God.
Pope Benedict XVI, as part of the Congregation of the Doctrine of Faith, in his document on some aspects of Christian meditation, sums up how Christians should respond to this kind of thinking and practices. He says, the love of God, the sole object of Christian contemplation, is a reality which cannot be mastered by any method or technique. On the contrary, we must always have our sights fixed on Jesus Christ, in whom God's love went to the cross for us and there assumed even the condition of estrangement from the Father. We therefore should allow God to decide the way He wishes to have us participate in His love. So, what do you think about this? Are New Age practices like manifesting harmful and sinful? Let us know in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, let us know by liking and subscribing to our channel. It helps us a lot. Until next time.